I'm not going to do it through StreamYards. We're just going to watch this. Okay, and this was a good Texas.
Get you back into your headlines right now as a man is charged with kidnapping a 15-year-old girl in Texas, abducting her off the street at knife point on Christmas. And that girl's father reportedly tracked her phone to find her and her alleged kidnapper.
Go,
That's
Dad.
the suspect right there on your screen. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says deputies were told the teenage victim had taken her dog for a walk and never returned to her home in Porter. That's outside of Houston. The girl's father reportedly used parental controls to locate his daughter's phone, which took him to a secluded and the dog.
It's just live, but I seen this and I was like, wow, this is a crazy story. So I thought we'd watch it together. Hey, spin cover real quick. 15-year-old girl kidnapped. The dad used parental controls on the phone. He found her and with this half-naked man.
23-year-old suspect Giovanni Rosales Espinosa.
He's lucky he ain't dead.
Had threatened the victim with a knife and abducted her from the street, end quote. He has now been charged with aggravated kidnapping and indecency with a child, and he does remain jailed without bond. I want to talk about the case as a whole here, so let's bring in Jillian Snyder, retired NYPD
Merry Christmas,
officer,
Happy New Year, everybody.
now a resident senior fellow at the R Street Institute, and adjunct lecturer at John Jay College.
It's getting out of control.
Justice.
I don't know if any people be watching what I put on my community page. Guys, what I put on my community page, I have really looked into this stuff. Not every single video, but I've looked into certain immigrants, illegal immigrants that are a huge threat. And we've already lost Dearborn, Michigan, and they're still trying to make Epic City. They brought, we don't need nobody that's going to, if you want to come here, you need to come here legally, and you can't be trying to change our laws. We have a constitution. Our law is not going to be Sharia, okay? And I'm not saying that this guy is a Muslim. I'm not saying that. I have no idea who this guy is. But I am saying that I encourage everybody to look into that religion and to give it a fair look and see what it's about and see if you really believe that it's compatible with the West. Because that's what I've been looking into, okay, for like the last year. And it's scary, very scary. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he is. If he did this, he did this. Okay? But I'm talking in general, we have a major threat to freedom anywhere. People that don't want to follow our laws and our way of life, then that's a problem. I don't really care what color they are or what country they come from. When they come here and they say they want to get rid of the Constitution, which is beloved, and our country is founded on that. No, we're not going for that shit. And if anybody needs to look into it, it's very serious. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true and if it wasn't serious. Okay, let's see about this guy. And like I said, I don't care if this guy's pink. He should have got charged more. They need to charge him with attempted rape.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Thanks for having me, Josh, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Well, first off, I did want to ask you from a law enforcement perspective here, what stands out to you about the details of the case in general?
So what really stands out is how quickly this situation evolved. It began when the father noticed that the daughter didn't come home, and he quickly took action. He used the location on her phone, as we saw, and then he immediately responded there and notified first responders. But using the phone's data to help determine where she might be really narrowed down the window of uncertainty. So once law enforcement did become involved, deputies relied
on phones, or computers, and AI. All these things can be used. It was used for good.
The truck, and that was really key in helping them identify the vehicle and later the suspect.
I'm sorry this isn't vertical like this, guys. I don't have my computer with me. I'm out of town.
When you're talking about the approach by police to the investigation and the search efforts versus if we were talking about the potential of a kidnapped adult.
There's vast differences between the way that we law enforcement will investigate missing children versus missing adults. So when children go missing, we don't wait. A lot of agencies will have what's called a mobilization, where they're going to call in like a team of 10 officers or more if they have the resources to do so. Children can't consent to being taken, and they also are more vulnerable. And so in cases like this, officers may initially be responding to a missing child report, and once information develops through witness accounts, evidence, and investigation, the true nature of the incident becomes clearer. You'll also hear about alert systems. Now, this case unfolded way quicker than usual, but in missing children cases, you'll
Remember this guy's face, because people like this that get charged with these type of crimes, I don't know if you guys have noticed, they don't usually get but a couple years in jail. And people that do way less get way more. I don't understand that. You mess with some kids, you need to go away for a long time. I don't really think there's no hope for you, to be honest. I really don't. And I don't care what color you are. That goes for everybody.
in missing senior citizen cases, which are also treated similarly to juvenile cases because senior citizens are also a vulnerable population. You'll hear of silver alerts. So these tools are what helps let the public know what we're dealing with and who's missing.
And based on your law enforcement expertise and your experience, is there anything from this that parents should maybe...
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of kids
don't
want
want
their parents knowing where they are at all times. And I mean, when I was a kid, my parents definitely weren't able to track me with a cell phone because I didn't have one yet. But the case really highlights the importance of awareness and preparation. So this father immediately recognized that something went. And we have it, so we need to use it, but we need to use it thoughtfully. So location sharing features, they don't replace communicating or talking to your child, but they are supportive when something goes wrong. So just as early as with your kids about awareness and boundaries and trusting their instincts, these discussions really help children recognize danger and help parents respond faster if something does go wrong.
On that same note,
and I would have to agree with her on that. You know, we have to warn our children, that there are bad people out there, and if they're going to have a phone, yeah, I'm going to put controls on it. I appreciate you here. I'm sorry I don't have my computer with me. I just kind of threw this together. But I will have the original link to this video. So if you want to watch the whole video, you can go back and watch it. And guys, I'm encouraging you to watch my community page. Also on X, I share a lot of links. Now, everything I share doesn't mean I agree with, but there's a reason I share it. There's something in it that's important or interesting. Okay, well, y'all have a wonderful day and a happy new year. Also, if y'all find out anybody's doing a live stream, so, I mean, back in the good old days, somebody would do a live stream, and then we'd all come on at 12 and when the ball drops in our particular area and show it on the StreamYard. So if you know of anybody that's going to do a stream like that this year, let me know, please. I doubt I can do it because I'm out of town. But if there's anybody that's going to do that, I think that we've done it in the past, and it's nice to see the ball drop live all around, in the different time zones. All right, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Okay, my name is American Amy. Thank you guys for stopping by. I will have the original link in the description. Just give me a minute or two. All right, thank you.